Welcome to Fearless and Unfiltered. Real talk, real challenges, and real wisdom from two badass BFFs that aren't afraid to say it like it is.
We're here to share stories that inspire, lessons that empower, and a whole lot of laughs along the way.
Get ready to get fearless
Get unfiltered.
and get real with Carrie and Vicky.
Action, action. We want action.
ACT!
ION. All right. What's
love
up?
it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fearless and Unfiltered with Carrie and Vicky. Today, we are going to push you and empower you to take action. And we're going to teach you an action activation process.
I like the activation process. If you've been listening to us long enough, we love to talk vision. We've asked you to get through a vision. By now, you should have that vision of what you want, what you dream about, or whatever it is. But you might feel stuck. So if you're feeling stuck, this is the episode for you because we are going to give you a 5-minute activation.
Yeah, we are going to dive deep into how to get unstuck when you have a big goal or a dream. So let's just say you want to own your own house, or you want a more rewarding career, or you want to find the love of your life, but you've been single forever, right? All of these things. So I want you to bring to mind what is one big goal that you would love to achieve, but you have been feeling stuck in doing so.
Okay, I got mine in my head.
Okay, wonderful. So we are going to teach you, this is actually a activation process that I learned through the Brave Thinking Institute. I am a certified life mastery consultant through the Brave Thinking Institute. Mary Morrissey runs that institute, and she has the most profound training that has helped hundreds of thousands of people all over the world transform their lives. I live and breathe the principles that she teaches, and I coach others on how to move from being stuck. Okay.
Yeah, and implement these into their lives to get to that goal or get to that ultimate vision.
Yeah, because there's so many people that I want to do X, Y, Z, but I don't know how. Well, what do we do, Vicky, with that how?
We put it on hold.
She's so good. We put the how
I'm
on
a good
hold.
listener. I'm a good learner.
All right. So let's start by understanding something.
Okay.
You have a power breathing you that is greater than any condition or circumstance. And that power comes from something greater. There is a higher power. There is a infinite intelligence that connects all of us through this web of life, through electromagnetic energy, through all of the things. You can call this power God. You can call it universe. You can call it whatever you want. But I don't think there's any doubt that there's a higher power
Absolutely.
that we can connect to. And so today we're going to start by connecting with that higher power. So let's just invite universe, God, spirit into our lives to give us the wisdom, give us intuition, give us ideas and insights that we can use to improve our lives. All right?
It sounds fairly simple, fairly easy. God, I'm asking for it, so let's bring it in.
Okay, so the first step in the Brave Thinking action activation process is to source. So we have a dream or a goal. So Vicky, what's yours?
My goal is to own a home.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So we are going to source ideas for ways in which you can own that home.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to source ideas through the infinite, through yourself, because we're connected to it. So when we ask ourselves this question, what are some ways that I can start to build momentum, or I don't know, help me out here.
To get to where you're going. So to the motivation to actually get to your goal.
Right.
Right.
So what are some things that I can do to start taking steps to make owning a home a reality for me?
Okay. Now this is where you're sourcing ideas. So there's no right or wrong source, ideas. So this is one thing I want you to say, because remember how our fear, doubt, and worry always comes out and says, well, that's not a good idea, Vicky.
Right.
But in this situation, you're saying don't do that. Just write them all.
Correct. Write them all. Do just a brain dump. So we're going to use Vicky as our
I'm the guinea pig.
She's the guinea pig. Okay. So Vicky, when we think about this, I just want you to brain dump. Just spit out some ideas. What can you do to own a home? Just source ideas.
Right. So I say, let's go meet with a mortgage broker to find out if you're qualified. And if you're not, what is it going to take to get qualified? Start looking at homes that are in your zone. So if in your certain area and you want to stay there, start browsing, and then maybe go to open houses, go to things and actually see what you like in a house. maybe.
Now pause. So I want the listeners to understand when you're doing this, you should be writing it down. Okay. So you're writing this list down.
Okay. I'm writing it down, but I'm getting fit. But no, there's even more. So it's thinking of how to better, let's say, my credit. So maybe I go talk to a credit person or my bank, and how can I get on the right track? And holy cow, there's so many apps out there right now that can help you do that. I got besties in the business, so there's many resources I could go do to take those steps.
Okay. Wonderful. So this is a great example of how you just source ideas and you're going to write them all down.
Okay.
You're not going to you're not going to edit your ideas that you write down because it might not make sense. Again, universe might give you an idea that doesn't make sense to you, but they understand that it's going to make sense.
That's God's plan, so that's what it's all about. Okay, go on.
Right. Okay. And so when you're sourcing the ideas, you want to stay in the vibration of the vision being achieved. So tell us about this home that you're living in and how beautiful it is and how you feel in it.
So I do want to kind of go back on that statement. So some people may not understand that, but really it's about acting as if your vision is already there. So instead of saying I want to own a home, I own a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's got a beautiful backyard. I've got a she shed out there. I got a hammock, and man, my garden is kicking butt and taking names.
What's in your she shed?
In my she shed is my creative room. So that's where I do my arts and crafts, and I keep all my gardening stuff.
Beautiful. All right. I love that. So do you see how she gave clarity to her vision? All right. So when you're sourcing the ideas, you're coming from the energy of that vision being achieved. You don't, discount any ideas. So that is the first step.
Right. I think that is a hard step for people to not to understand, but to implement. And so because you say, I want to own a home, you have to say it in a different frame of mind, which is, I own a home. I am so happy and grateful that I own a great house.
And I love waking up and, walking out onto my patio and
Right.
drinking my coffee or reading my book. And
You really have to be in that present moment.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful.
Because that fuels it.
So write as many ideas that come to your mind in, let's just say you give yourself 10 minutes. Okay.
We're not going to do that here just for the sake of being on recording. But the point is that, yes, you write down set a timer,
Yes.
phone timer,
Phone
5 minutes, do it.
Okay, the next step, once we source, the second step is to sort. So we are going to go through and we are going to sort through the ideas based on
Okay.
what idea gives us electricity.
Mm.
What idea feels expansive to you?
Okay.
Okay, because you could go through and you could circle the ideas that you think are going to bring you closer to owning that home.
Okay.
But we don't want to go based on intellect because intellect will only bring us to past experiences. Okay, so we think about things based on our past experiences, kind of like the thermostat. Like if you've made a certain level of money in your life, it's like, you base that's your thermostatic
Okay.
setting. Okay, so we're going to circle the ideas that give us electricity and give us energy.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to share a quick story about a fellow dream builder, someone in our community who actually used this process. And I'm going to share the story of what they did. So this person had the question of, what step can I take to generate an additional $1,000 this month? Okay. So she wrote down all the remember, in spirit, inspired ideas that came to her.
Okay.
And then when she started to circle the ideas that she thought would make her money, her coach reminded her, listen, you circle the ideas that make you feel expansive, bring you electricity. The ones that you circled, how did they make you feel? And she said, well, they actually make me feel constrictive.
Right.
Okay. And so that is what our subconscious will do. Your subconscious will do what it knows. So
Right.
if it thinks that,
Why are you going to do that? Because it's not going to work for you.
and then that'll just lead you to the same old results. You see, we want to create our lives by design, not by default.
Right.
Okay. So you're going to go through, circle the ideas that feel expansive. So one of her ideas was to go visit an oceanfront property. One of her mega dreams, not making $1,000, but one of her mega dreams was to own an oceanfront home.
Okay.
So in her list of inspired ideas, it said, go to an open house of an oceanfront property. And she didn't circle it Okay, so when her coach said, find the one that brings you electricity, she's like, well, this one really makes me feel good.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I want to go to an open house. And she's like, would you be willing to just go to this open house and leave a corner of your mind open to the opportunity that something might come to you? And she's like, okay. So that weekend, she went to an oceanfront property open house. She toured the open house, and what she realized was she didn't, in fact, want that oceanfront property. It showed her what she really did want in a home in that oceanfront property by going to this house.
Right.
She was able to get more clarity in her vision, but that didn't help her make $1,000.
Right.
Okay, so after she toured the house, her and the real estate agent at that open house got to talking. And the real estate agent said, what do you do? And the lady started sharing with her all the things that she did. And the real estate agent said, I have been looking for someone just like you. In fact, she hired her on the spot that day,
Oh my
and she
gosh.
ended up making $1,000 that month from the services that she rendered for that real estate agent.
Wow. God has a plan. Again, there's a reason that message was written down on that paper.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So this is a process where it's connected to something greater. We
Right.
don't know.
We don't know what it's going to be.
Right.
Right.
But it's having that faith and taking that action, and you just never know what you will be met with.
Right.
Okay. So we have sourced ideas.
Okay. We've sorted them.
We're sorting them based on what?
Energy, like what excites you, like what gets you fired up.
Yeah, you circle the ones that bring you electricity, make you feel expansive, not contractive.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. The third step is now we are going to select. So you're going to select you're going to select them and order them like on a basis of number 1 to 5. So
Okay.
based on that expansive energy, you're going to number, this is the first action step I can take, this is the second. So you're going to number them 1 to 5.
Is there a problem if there's some on the list that are not energetic, but you still probably need to do them?
No.
Okay.
Energy.
Energy.
Didn't we just say that?
She did. I was just asking the question.
Okay, it's okay to ask questions.
Okay, go on.
Thank you.
No
Thank you
question is a bad question.
You're right. Thank you for asking that question.
Okay.
So once we select them, you're going to notice your inner voice guiding you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your inner voice is going to guide you through this, and you're again looking for that feeling of expansiveness.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have 5 action steps that we can take, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
The 4th step is to schedule. All right.
Schedule. Okay.
Schedule them in
Source,
your.
sort, select, and we're now down to schedule.
You're going to
I'm on it.
schedule. So you have 5 action steps. Now you're going to schedule those action steps in your calendar.
Okay.
So number 1, I'm going to do by Friday.
Right.
Number 2, I'm going to do by Sunday.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm going to do it by Monday. Okay. So
Okay.
whatever it is, you're going to actually write it down and schedule it in your calendar.
And then don't cancel your calendar.
Yes, that is so very true. Do not cancel on your calendar.
Because trust me, there's going to be many, many, many things that are going to be popping up. And you're like, I could probably do that later.
Right.
But don't, because you really need to put it in your calendar, stick to it, and don't cancel your calendar.
Action, action. We want action.
ACTION.
All right. So you're going to schedule. You're not going to cancel. And you are going to, the 5th step is to serve.
Okay.
That means you go do it. You go serve that idea. You serve that
Okay.
action step, and you go take it. And when you serve this action, you're serving it with gratitude and reverence for the opportunities that
That's going to bring you closer to your goal,
absolutely.
ultimately. So it's bettering you by taking the action, by going to serve whatever it was that you put down in your calendar.
Right. And sometimes, we talk a lot about energy and vibration. And so you want to generate your energetic state before you serve that action.
Mm-hmm.
You want to generate that energetic state, come from the vision, come from the feeling tone of the vision. So you're going to say,
I am so happy and grateful that I get to own my own home.
and I'm taking this action step to serve
My goal.
my vision to be in this home and imagine how it feels and all
The
of those
peace
things.
of it all, and the calm and the crazy and the chaos and everything that comes with a home.
Because aren't we like little tuning forks in the universe?
We are.
So whichever energy we emit, we're going to attract. So if I go serve the action thinking like this is a waste of my time, guess what?
Right. Where your energy goes, your
Where
no,
your attention.
where your attention goes, your energy flows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna serve this with that. Now, there is a thing about speed of implementation.
Okay.
Okay.
Mel Robbins talks about this. I just recently saw a thing about how you have to do it in a certain period of time or you're never going to do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. So speed of implementation. So I actually host a monthly mastermind group for entrepreneurs and business owners. And yesterday, one of our group members, his thing was he wants to niche his business.
Okay.
So he's in video production, and it's like, well, who do I produce videos for? Right.
Right.
I need a niche. And so you ask him a couple questions, and so then I said, well, would you be willing to decide on this niche? When would you be willing to do it? And he said, well, I should have it narrowed down within 6 months. And I'm like, no, whoa, 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 whoa. That's way too late now, you guys.
There's a lot of things that can happen in 6 months.
What will happen is the distractions, the delay, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the way that we are wired as humans,
Right.
we will start to get in our own heads and we will start to doubt or second guess or do the analysis paralysis, right?
Right.
So that's why it's important, speed of implementation. Don't say, give me 6 months. No, can you do it within a week?
Right. Can you? Yes, I can.
Yeah, I could sit down and help him niche it out in an hour. I mean, don't limit yourself, especially when you're wanting to grow and you want to achieve this dream.
Absolutely.
So it's about the speed of implementation. And there's a really great strategy.
I was going to say, what is the speed?
Well, it's how bad do you want to be in your own home,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm. It becomes the focus. It becomes your attention.
Yeah, because you want to serve that vision, and your action activation process is coming up with ideas and ways to serve that vision.
So, and it seems to me that it's not just, you're talking about the steps, the step, the step. It's not that it's you do this once and then it's done. It's almost like it's a continual thing until you get to that goal. And then you're so fired up, you want to put another goal out there and then you want to do the whole process again.
I've been living my dream for a couple. I'm living it. So now it's like time to make a new dream.
Right.
And let's do this.
That's cool. Okay, I get it.
Okay, so
Does everybody see the light bulb go off?
woohoo. All right, so Vicky,
Source, sort, select, schedule, and serve.
what on your list brings you electricity?
So on my list is actually going to tour some houses. And I think what that's going to do, it's going to inspire me to know what I want. And I think it's actually going to give me more clarity on the house that I want.
Okay.
So then when I go talk to my realtor friend, Carrie Schmidt, who's licensed in both North Carolina and South Carolina, she will then be able to hone in some of the places. And then whenever you call me up and say, Vicky, I found 3 of them for you, I'll be like, oh my God, that's exactly what I visioned.
Let's do this, baby. All right. We are here to turn dreams into reality, guys. So these are ways that you can do that. So will you be willing to schedule that in your calendar?
I am.
When will you make time to go visit?
I'm going to go do it on Saturday because most open houses are on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to take, after soccer tryouts, I will be doing open houses.
Look how easy that was, you guys.
So 10 o'clock, watch out, I'll be on the roads.
All right, this is good. Okay, and so when you go tour the open house, you're going to serve with the mindset of,
I already have it. It's mine.
and so it is.
And so it is. I can, I will, I am.
All right, so I'm going to give you one of the most powerful power moves you can make to make this happen. I'm going to give you an example of why this is so powerful.
Power move.
I have a group that's going through my coaching program right now, and on our call last week, I was teaching them this brave thinking activation process. And so I was teaching them the next step is the 5-minute power move. So as we are looking at the speed of implementation, if I set a timer right now, and I actually did this on our call, I set a 5-minute timer and I said, before I set the timer, I want you to think about, they sourced ideas, they sorted through the ones that gave them electricity, and then I set a timer for 5 minutes, and they had 5 minutes to serve the vision.
So like that's when you make the phone calls and you book it, or you look it up, or you make the email to whoever you need to get the information that you need.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my friend Jessica, who's awesome, and she does a nonprofit event every year. She does a chili cook-off. It's going to be in November in the Charlotte area, so stay tuned for that.
Okay.
But what had happened is one of her large sponsors actually bailed. And so they didn't have enough money to do the cook-off. Was supposed to be like in September.
Okay.
So she was stressed out, like, where am I going to find this money to replace the sponsorship that just bailed on me?
Right.
Stressed out, like, "Ugh, what am I going to do? Feeling stuck, overwhelmed, right?
Right.
5-minute power move. And her question was, how can I generate money to replace the sponsorship that we just lost?
Right. Make some phone calls.
Yep. So set the timer. She was actually at the beach when she did this. She started texting. She texted a couple attorneys and texted some people. All right, 5 minutes is up. The timer went off. Okay, how did that feel? I'm asking them, how did that feel? By the end of our call, guess what?
She already had a sponsor.
She had a sponsor.
Oh
She
my
had
gosh.
$500 already, like a cha-ching. And I talked to her today, and she's raised enough money to replace that sponsor in less than a week from the 5-minute power move that she made.
Action. We want action.
ACT?
ION.
Hell yeah, guys. This is what it's all about. Okay, so my other client actually sourced some ideas. He had went to a networking event and was looking for a new role. Okay, so his action in the 5 minutes was to follow up, to send a follow-up email to the people that he had met in that networking
Okay.
group, and actually has coffee scheduled with 3 of them
Wow.
over the next week, that when he serves that action step, who knows the opportunities that
Will come from those.
will come from those coffee meetings.
Right. And if you go with the right frame of mind, like you said, you're serving it with gratitude and ambition.
Yep.
You never know what you'll be met with.
So I have another client who's a real estate agent, okay? And she is looking to, her question was, how can I make $10,000 in the next month? Because the market is a little bit sketchy right now. It's more of a buyer's market. So her idea, in that 5 minutes, she did a post on Facebook and said, do you know anybody who's looking to buy a new home in this area? I have been challenged to generate more leads or something along the lines. And so from that post, she had 5 responses, and she actually got 2 new leads
Wow.
from that post in the freaking 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Mic drop.
And mic drop. Boom. Pin drop.
And so listen, when I asked them, like, how did that, it was so impactful for them. All of them were like, I can't, you get stuck in your head and you think, oh, I'll do it like Saturday, and you put it off. But if you just say, what's one thing I can do in the next 5 minutes? And then you realize it's way easier than it was.
It's kind of like when you put out what you want to do, and then you finally actually do it and you succeed at it, and it's this wonderful feeling that you have, and then you sit back and you're like, well, that was easy. Why didn't I do it sooner?
Right.
So it kind of goes along. There is actually a principle to it, which is the action activation system, but there are people that don't understand that part of it, and that's why I think it's not necessarily they have to have a carry in your life, but you should, because all coaches need good coaches. But it's like you even have the power to do this. So if you can initiate this action activation process, you can be doing this over and over and over again, and it could just be moving you higher and higher and higher toward whatever goal it is.
Imagine the possibilities are endless. And when you connect with the infinite side of your nature that has no boundaries, no limits,
Nope.
is infinite, there are solutions everywhere.
Everywhere. You just got to be
Yeah.
open to the idea to look at them.
And then you will see divine connections. It's just, I could tell stories for days about this, because I've seen so many of my clients like have such great success from taking these inspired, in spirit actions.
So just think, we want you guys to think about this. So whether it's I want to own a home, I want to grow my business, I want to write a book, I want to find the love of my life, I want to travel, I want to do something. So really push yourself to write those things down too, because we always talk about it, and sometimes we don't get out the pen and pencil and we don't keep it right in front of us, and then we don't take the action step. But I love the fact that there's actually a process for you to go by. So I've repeated it already, but source it, sort it, select it, schedule it, and then serve it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
I'm going to put this in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, so it will always be with you.
So here's some ideas. If you say, I want a more rewarding career, a power move could be go to LinkedIn or Indeed and bookmark 2 roles that excite you,
Okay.
even if you feel unqualified. Okay. I want to find love. Write a 5-line love letter to your future partner as if they already exist.
Oh, okay.
Before I met my soulmate, I prayed for him.
With vision too, like in clarity. Like she even knew what color eyes he would have and that he would send electricity through her.
Every ounce of my bloodstream.
And she repeated it over and over again.
And he does. I want financial freedom. You can log into your, oh, I love this one. Okay. Everybody wants financial freedom, right? Log into your bank account or financial app and review your last 5 transactions with intention. This is going to bring awareness to money flow, which shifts energy around abundance. So you might look at your last 5 transactions and notice, I'm spending my money in places that aren't serving me.
Right.
And maybe you could make it intention to, instead of spending money here, I'm going to save that money so that I can have that down payment. And oh, by the way, you only need 1% down to have a home, Vicky. I was talking to a lender yesterday.
Nice. Is it still in certain zip codes though?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll connect
Okay.
you. I want to travel the world. Google one destination and save a photo of it, print it out, put it on your wall, and look at that photo every day.
Every day.
Mine's Greece, Santorini. Where's yours?
I would like to go to Spain.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going with you. I'm going with
I
you.
want to go to Spain.
Maybe you want to write a book. Open a Google document and write a 3-line description of what your book is about.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I want to grow my business. Reach out to one past or potential client with a message of value or service.
You know what I love about these is there's no cost to them. It is truly just actions, and everyone can do it.
Everybody.
So that's what I love about this process, or even the ideas that you're shooting out about the different goals, is it doesn't cost anything except for your time
And
And
your
if it's-
attention.
and your attention. But if it's serving your goal, it's worth it.
Right.
100%.
I mean, you could sit back and eat a bag of potato chips and watch a Netflix show and wake up tomorrow and you still have that same goal. And what have you done to serve it?
You ate a whole bag of potato chips and you watched a Netflix show.
So be more intentional, guys. We want you to be more intentional. We want you to be more in spirit.
Yes, more energized.
Energized, expansive.
And think in as if I already have it.
I already have it. I already have the love of my life.
Right, because it actually puts it into existence, which is what makes it wonderful. And God, thanks for having a plan for me.
Thank you, God, for serving us and allowing and using us as vessels to communicate the word of spirit to others. We really want to reach, teach, and transform
Mhm.
1,000,000 lives.
We're going to do it right here on the Fearless and Unfiltered podcast. So, folks, any final tips for everybody?
Well, let's talk about this. I didn't Google a quote, but here's some fearless fuel for your week.
Awesome.
What is it?
Take the action. No, what is fearless fear? Remember those 5 S's, okay? So source, sort it, okay? Select it, schedule it, which I think is one of the biggest ones. Don't cancel on your calendar, and then serve it. So I'm writing those down in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys to keep and memorize over and over again.
And will you leave us a comment and let us know what is your big goal or vision and what is the step that you are going to schedule in your calendar and take to serve. And then please share with us. Like, come back and share with us. We want to hear, we want feedback. We want to hear what your dreams are. We want to
Right.
hear the actions that you're taking, and we want to inspire you and empower you to make it happen.
And the holy crap moment that happened when you took the action and it actually worked out for you. So, y'all, you can actually find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. But we definitely want you to smash that subscribe button right here. We're building our subscribers. Learn more. Come back next time on Fearless and Unfiltered with Carrie and Vicky.
Love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us on Fearless and Unfiltered. If you laughed, learned, or loved it, smash that subscribe button. Share this episode with a friend and be sure to join us for the next real, raw, and fearless conversation.
Remember, life's too short to play small, so stay fearless, stay unfiltered, and keep showing up with your badass self.